It appeared that no one inside realized what was occurring. Only a handful of people had run out. Thaddeus raised his radio and whispered, "Send in the barricades." Like everything else that had been planned to the finest detail, Thaddeus wanted minimal numbers exiting through the main entrance. 2 double-decker buses had parked along the long driveway that led to the entrance's roundabout, right where they were supposed to be. These drivers were part of the team, having driven these buses for the last 3 months up and down the strip. Their job was to crash the buses into the main entrance and impede the doors. Their engines roared, loud enough to be heard over the sirens that were now navigating through a sea of cars, having less luck than Moses trying to part the Red Sea. The tires squealed, sending small puffs of smoke onto the sidewalk, where a dozen people jumped away in fright. They peeled off, swerving at first, one bus following the other like marching ants, but regaining control just in time. All eyes focused on the buses, the flames above a mere afterthought in the heat of the moment. The lead bus barreled through a limousine and 2 taxicabs, metal crunching like 1,000 cans of soda in unison. The few people who remained at the hotel entrance realized the bus was coming in their direction and scattered like flies being shooed. They gasped and screamed, everyone dodging the oversized vehicles. The path had been cleared, and both buses rammed into the building, causing the glass doors to shatter. Their remnants spread all over the ground like snow. The bus doors swung open on both vehicles, each with a tumbling man leaping from the short stairs and dashing away from the hotel without looking back. Just as they had done so, the first fire truck arrived, following the same path as the buses, but stopping short of the entrance where 9 firefighters jumped out and immediately looked to the top of the hotel. A couple darted toward the smashed entrance, while 3 more started unraveling the hose. "They think the fire's only up there," Thaddeus thought with a grin. "They don't even know the worst is yet to come." He had his radio near his head and listened as his team stuck to the plan inside. They were down to the 5th floor, 10 more minutes before everything would be set aflame. They could probably all make a run for it and still be fine, but Thaddeus wasn't one to cut corners. They had a plan that was working brilliantly. No point in stopping it now. A second fire truck arrived, swerving down the sidewalk as their colleague Shirley had informed them of the erupting chaos. More firefighters scrambled from the truck, bolting for the 2 buses and rocking them back and forth in a desperate attempt to move them. They didn't budge, and Thaddeus chuckled to himself, knowing they had specifically picked those vehicles for that reason. "Are we clear yet?" he asked into the radio. "Last floor," a panicked voice cried in response. "Perfect. Let's get the dynamite ready, folks. We have the scene we need out here." Thaddeus pushed his way through the crowd that had easily grown to 500 ogling people. The building would implode and collapse within itself, very much a controlled demolition, but he wanted to be further away, just in case any debris managed to fly outward. "We're all clear, sir," the radio said. "In 2 minutes, detonate the bombs," Thaddeus said calmly, like it was an order he'd given hundreds of times in his life. Everyone from inside had been instructed to run south from the building, the opposite direction of the growing crowd where Thaddeus blended in. 2 minutes was plenty of time for someone in a dead sprint to get away before it all came crashing down. Thaddeus took one last chance to savor the moment, admiring what he managed to put together. Surely Chris would approve, but he didn't really care what the old man thought. This turned into a much more gorgeous gathering than he'd anticipated, and this whole crowd had a front row seat to watch the collapse, both literally and figuratively, of the Roadrunners. With a smirk unraveling across his face, Thaddeus checked his watch and spoke into the radio. "It's showtime, folks. Thank you for all your hard work today. Bring this beautiful building down." He powered off the radio and tossed it in a nearby trash can, walking away from the booming sound of explosions and screams.